Hey, what's going on everyone? Vega here from Serpent Tech, and in a previous video I was working on an issue that I had with my Nvidia system, which is the system at the bottom here, and it was restarting. It was the last GPU at the end there that kept on restarting. Now what's in there right now is the 3070 Founders Edition, but the original GPU was the Zotac 3070. Now the reason why I thought this GPU was the problem was because HiveOS did say that GPU number 7 was the problem child. It kept restarting, failure, illegal memory access, stuff like that. You know, different things that made me think this GPU is bad. And obviously, because this particular model GPU is a problem child for most people out there, gamers, miners alike. So anyways, I tore it down, I replaced the thermal paste on it. However, while I was working on it, the system did crash again, and then it crashed again. So I have a explanation as to what is actually happening. Now, in the bottom right there, you will see there's a server power supply, and in the far left there is a ATX power supply. That's how I have it set up for the AMD system and the Nvidia system. However, my Nvidia Rig has a lot of power-hungry GPUs on it, and what's happening is this server power supply, even though it's rated for 1200 watts and has 240-volt system that is plugged into, is doing all the legwork, because this thermal take, not even a barely 80+ rated power supply, is not lifting too much of the weight. Plus it's connected to the 1660 Supers and TIs, which is very power efficient. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the sync cable right here for Parallel Miner. I have it linked down in the description below, as well as other good parts you can get from Parallel Miner down in the description. And I'm going to replace the ATX power supply with another breakout board, which I can use the 4-pin to synchronize, as well as another 1200 watt power supply. Overkill, yes, but that will allow both of them to handle their fair share equally without getting too hot, because that is exactly why that system keeps shutting down. The server power supply on the far right is taking most of the load and is getting way too hot, especially the way when I close this door, the way it's set up is all that heat is bouncing right back into itself from the fan, where the AMD power supply one is at least got a little bit of breathing room. That guy does not. So that should alleviate my issues with the Nvidia system continuing to restart. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and test off screen, and I'll come back with a summary or wrap up this video to make sure that is the actual issue. But we replaced risers, USB cables, by one connector cables. We replaced the GPU, and it's still the same issue. The common denominator is that they both draw in the same amount of power on top of everything that's on there. So let me go ahead and do that, and we'll see if that stops the system from constantly rebooting every once in a while. All right, so far so good. The Nvidia system is up and running good, no issues. And you can see now we got 2 server power supplies. I did run the synchronize cable, so that way the 2 server power supplies would be synced when I hit the power button on this one, but there's also a power button on this one if I needed to. So the only fan you're hearing ramp up really loud is the AMD one, which is paired with an ATX power supply. This EVGA power supply though, I trust, compared to the Thermaltake barely 80+ rated power supply. So this one's the one you're hearing. These two I can't even hear anymore. Now that they have the split load, they're doing a lot better. Yeah, they're both 1200 watts, and I'm nowhere near that with 4 and 4, but it's just a lot better. Oh, excuse me, 5 on this one because the 3060 is down here, and then a 3080, which is the most power hungry, 230, 250, somewhere in there, and then these 1660 Supers and TIs, they're barely moving at all. So since I changed the power supply, this rig has not shut down yet, which is the whole point of this video. If you're basically getting no warning, no issues, no errors in HiveOS, but your rig keeps shutting down after a period of time, and you're starting to see choppy conditions, or like you can see the distance or the time that has passed in between reboots, you know, it might be something about power. You know, maybe you don't have enough adequate power. Maybe your power supply is overheating, so it's saving itself. There's a number of factors, but splitting the load is just the best way to go overall. So I'm glad to see that's working, and that's going to do it for this video focusing on the Nvidia system. Just randomly rebooting, but not letting me know anything in Hive, and what I did to fix it, and also help reduce heat a little bit, because that power supply, without it running really hot, it's producing less heat, which means less heat in the tent. So anyways, I gotta get this door closed up. It's dumping all the hot air into my living room. I will talk to you guys later. Please do me a favor on the way out, hit the like button. Don't forget to get subscribed, hit the notification bell to stay up to date, as well as check out various links in the description to help to support the channel and what we do here. You all take care. I'll catch you next one.